Hi everybody, it's time to do a garden update. It's been really warm, but right now there's a nice little breeze and a few clouds in the skies. Got the sun from, it's not as bad with it, without the sun beating down on you and stuff. But I thought I would show you the garden, and we got the yard in good shape too. So let's look at these potted plants right now in here. Believe it or not, these little extra ones, they shouldn't even be growing very much at all. They've got stuff on them. They got jalapenos, green peppers and stuff. I got a volunteer tomato plant that came up in this bamboo plant. I don't know how, but it actually looks fairly good, so I don't know how it'll do. But everything's looking pretty good. Look at that Christmas cactus. It looks great. The bamboo's looking some better now. And this big spider plant's doing better. They don't get as much sun in here though. Let's look at my potted plants. And I want to show you something. I was talking about the size of pots make a difference. I put a little grass in those. But anyway, you can see how big these zucchini plants are, and they're the same size as this next one I'm going to show you. They were the same size when I took them out of the garden, out of the bed over there, and transplanted them into these pots. So you can see this size pot here, they look like that. Now look at when I put this one in a big one over here. See the difference? That one is more than twice as big. Because it's got plenty of room for its roots to grow and everything. And I took some, when I cleaned the mower out, it's got like mushy grass left, when I wash it off from underneath. So I put some of those in, some of that in there, and also in these tomatoes in the bottom. Tomatoes are doing pretty good. They don't usually do that great in pots, but these are doing fair. You can see there's another tomato right there. That's pretty much ready. This is the 4th of July one. They're supposed to be kind of small. They're like a salad tomato. But there's quite a few on here. I don't know if you can see all those or not. And this one is a big daddy. It's just got a few on it there. But this is the horehound. I thought I would turn it because it needs to get light on both sides, so I turn it sometimes. The horehound's doing really good. These eggplants are doing great here. They really are. And there's actually one, you can see it right in there, right here. I don't know if that'll grow. Oops, it fell off, so it wouldn't have grown into one anyway if it falls off that easy. I thought I was going to have one there. Look how big these jalapenos are getting. They're supposed to get really big. They're made for like stuffing, making jalapeno poppers. You can see a nice bloom on that one. A few banana peppers back in there. There's jalapenos on these. Okay. Well, let me show you these flowers out here. They're starting to do something. You never know what you're going to see when you come around this corner. I've got a problem with the groundhog eating my green beans. It's getting up on its hind legs. I'll show you in a minute. Hey, we even got a couple little flowers here. So these are going to turn into flowers whenever they get big enough. I guess all these are going to have these little white ones on them. Those will be pretty. They're doing pretty good. Take them a while to grow. We've got the yard in good shape. I got to do something about this big old bush thing here. So at least shape it up or something. But I did all the bushes, trimmed all them, and got the yard looking good. I weed eated. So these crows have been hanging around here a lot. Okay, the tomato plants are doing great. You can see all these blooms on them and everything. And then you can see lots of tomatoes if you look around. All these will be tomatoes, I'm sure. Down there, there's some in here. There's some of them inside of this one. These are Cherokee purples. They look real nice. I've been harvesting the one that I just showed you is called 4th of July, and I've been harvesting some of them. They've been turning. This what these are right here. Also, they won't get much bigger than that. And I don't know how good you can see back in there. There's plenty more back in there. They're basically all over the place. How good you can see that one. That's so thick back in here, it's hard to see these. Some. Oops, I broke a branch when I was doing the water faucet. That doesn't matter. They won't hurt him. So yeah. I don't know what these are. These are new ones I've never tried. I think they're called Fit and Active or Fit and Healthy, something like that. These are the two little ones. There was 2 in one container, and so I got 2 plants for the price of 1. They're getting some on them. And this one back here looking real healthy. These toward the back here, they're huge. And some of those others are too. So there's plenty on them. Green peppers. Here's some. This one has several on it. You got to be careful, they'll fall off. See down in there. Same way back through there. There's several on them. I must have mislabeled some banana peppers as rainbow bell peppers, so I ended up with a few more banana peppers. These are jalapenos. You can see them here too. Got little ones all over it. See them right there. These are the rainbow bell. I'm afraid to touch them very much. You can see them down in here. So I'm anxious to see what color those will be. But there's 2 over here that I thought were rainbow bell, and they're banana peppers. You can see banana peppers on them. And all these have some on them. That has a pretty nice size one down there. Probably use it next. The bees are in the bee motel. You see all these, how they're filled up? They got babies or eggs or whatever in there, and when they hatch, they'll just eat through that stuff. The ants are giving them trouble. But I wish there was some going in and out right now, but they do all day. But they aren't right now. Let's see. So that's that part. Compost is doing good. I meant to put some grass in it yesterday, but it was so hot I just didn't fool with it. Got all kinds of stuff in there. Potato peelings, filters and coffee, eggs, stuff from the garden. Like I had to take off some zucchini leaves that were covering the okra. Throw them all in there, throw grass in there. It's anything you got that's like waste from the garden. And these, might as well go look at these before we do the rest. These flowers are looking good. Not as many grew as I hoped. Some of them are still kind of small. That looks pretty here at this rock. It looks real nice. these. They've already been out for a while, so they're kind of past their prime, but more will come out, I'd say. Okay. Here's the cucumbers. They're not blooming yet, but they will. I keep like kind of training them over here. And they said they're doing good, nothing's bothering them. I need to thin these carrots. This looks like dill. Let me feel that. I believe that's some dill. I don't know how it got in there. It sure doesn't look like the rest of this stuff at all. It looks like dill to me. Huh. I need to thin these. It hurts my back staying here bent over thinning this stuff. The lettuce is great. I gave a bunch to Mom the other day, and it'll grow back if you cut it down. It'll grow some back, and you can tell that a groundhog, I mean, it had just eaten up these green peppers. But you can see I've got cayenne on it now, but I still think it got some more recently. What it's doing, I know is what it's doing. And we saw it sitting out here right beside this, laying down. Probably it was so full after eating all my branches and leaves. It's going up on its hind legs and then holding on to this and sticking its head down in here. You can see it almost like has a hole right there, and you can see right over here there's like a hole right there. I don't know how it's doing it like that, but I think it's pulling them up, just pulling on them, and it's making like a hole. But you can see where they're all cut off. See, they won't grow right now. There'll be some more grow out of these little places here, but that stopped it just like topping something would. So it's making it more like a bush, but you can see there's lots of flowers, but it really about ruined these. They should have all been up here on this, and you can see all this is just eaten up. So right here, there's a bunch like this all over it. I think it even got in here after the cayenne, maybe, because the end of these other ones are kind of like white on the end here. Okay, this looks fresh. You see what I'm saying? There's some over here that's been eaten. It looks like it just happened, basically. See, there's no white on there. But if you look at these, it turns like brown on the end after a while. So that tells me this just happened very, very recently, like today. So I don't know if I have to cover the whole thing with cayenne or what. But I've got it on a lot of the leaves, but obviously it's picking around that somehow. I mean, I can tell this fence is pushed in. It was straight here, and you can see it's pushed in some. So, I mean, there's one groundhog over here around the corner in that big bush. There's one down at the, over that way. There's one down there at the storm drain. It's got a big hole in the ground. And then there's one that's on their property somewhere. So there's at least 3, maybe 4. I think one is in this bush over here. And that's just crazy to have that many critters running around. But so, I mean, that's doing a good job, this fence is and stuff, but I can't help it. I would have had to make the fence higher. You know, I'd have to wrap all this other stuff, and that'd be a pain. I mean, I can, when these peter out, I can probably plant some more, and I might do something on this end. Just wrap around this part more, because it doesn't seem to care about the cucumbers. Nothing's been bothering them. It looks like it would have got lettuce, if anything. But I think it's reaching in here and pulling on it, pulling it over towards it, and just eating it up. But everything else seems okay. The zucchini's starting to look good. Finally got some male. See, here's a male. It just has like a stick, a stem underneath it. The female ones, sorry, there's a female. See, it's got a zucchini behind it. But you got to take, I think I did this one this morning. You got to take the male one and rub it on the inside of these. You can see in there. Rub it on that, and it will grow properly. If not, I'll try to show you. See with this one that's turned, they'll turn like that yellow one down there. That one just died on its own though, I think. Okay, here's the okra. It's starting to look good. I had to cut off some of these branches that were over the okra so they weren't getting enough sun. But eventually this okra will grow way tall, at least 6 foot or more. Like that's bent right there. But you can see there's a couple right there. And there's a male. That one's a male that I could use. But nothing, there's all the females that are open right now I've already pollinated. There's another female. So I should have tons, and these are looking real perky. That one's a little smaller than the others, but it'll be fine. But these are looking really perky and nice. I finally thinned one row and a little of the other one of the onions. You want them like this, one in each spot, and they're a real pain. You can see how many's there. The seeds are so small, it's really hard not to put more than just one or two. You end up putting about 10 or more around the area. So I just pick through it, just start pulling till I end up with one that looks pretty good. We've been getting lots of radishes. These are real good. There's German something radish. I can't remember after German what they're called. But they're as good as the crimson red or the crimson giants. I think these are called, they're German something. I can't remember if it's German giant or something like that. And these are the eggplants. They're a little crowded. But something ate the end off this one. Look at that. I'll be. It must have tried it. It better watch it because there's little thorns around a lot of this on eggplants. But it's eating these off. So I guess it was trying this out and it didn't like it as good as the green beans. Yep. June bugs are everywhere right now. That's what's been eating holes in these, but they'll be okay. I don't see a bloom right now. Lots of the blooms will fall off sometimes. There's one that will be a bloom. But the eggplants are doing pretty good. They'll grow taller eventually. But the darn June bugs are eating on lots of different leaves. But nothing's touched these zucchini leaves. They got like they're a little like rough on one side, so maybe they don't like chewing them up. It's like sandpaper almost or something. But I think that's everything. Hope I didn't miss anything. The onions over here, okra. I gotta finish this row out, and then I gotta do the carrots. I'm hoping the carrots will do pretty good this year, but they won't if you leave them crowded like that. You got to thin them, into where there's just one in each spot. So I'll be doing that soon. But you can just tell this has been like messed with. It wouldn't look anything. It looked like a nice lush bush, and it would have all been all over this by now. So they're not ruined completely, but they're sure not going to do as good as they would have. So that kind of hurts. As soon as these get a lot on them, I'll probably pull them out when there's not much left and replant because they grow really fast. So I guess that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me turn this around. Hope you all enjoyed this garden update. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.